It is finally Friday. Hello and welcome to yet another exciting episode of Smell the Coffee with Diana Master and Glenora Shipura. We're going to be more excited to be bringing you some of the hottest stories that are gracing the entertainment world, that are gracing the world of bizarre news. We're just going to be bringing you everything that is going to take away your mind from all the heaviness of the rest of the world and everything that is happening in the world. All you have to do is sit back, grab your cup of joe, and let us entertain you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. We had some rain yesterday, and I feel like I summoned the rain earlier in the week, so I'm very happy.
Okay, what makes you think you summoned the rain?
I was saying it on air. I was like, guys, I'm summoning the rain. I'm wearing blue, and it rained.
Oh,
So I'm guessing I should do more of that.
Oh, okay.
If you have kettle, you'll understand why rain is important.
Oh,
Yeah.
how many kettle do you have?
We don't talk about that on air.
You're rich.
We don't talk about that on air.
Should we just drop your address as well?
Yes,
so that
I
they
don't
can
want
just go
people
get-
to like start targeting me. Oh, this girl has how many cattle? No. If you farm, let me not say if you have cattle, but if you farm, rain
Then
is very,
rain is very
yes,
important. Where is your farm?
we are in the east, so it's that side of Grobabis, or close to Grobabis. So it's a few
Okay.
kilometers away from Grobabis, or Oshinene, if you know Oshinene.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right. Are you planning on going there for this holiday?
Yeah, for
You need to
sure,
check on
for
your
sure.
cows.
Yeah, did you grow up in the village? You look like you're just
I'm city girl.
a
through
city
and
girl.
through. I'm city girl through and through. I don't even have a village.
Really?
Like, as much as it's hot. Because the thing is, right, I'm a mixed bag.
Yeah.
I am Indian, Zimbabwean, Malawian. So it's one of those.
There's Indian. Wait, let's talk about your. What are you?
My grandfather from my father's side is Indian, or was Indian. He passed away. But then he met my grandma in Malawi. Yes, and then they had my dad.
Wow.
And then my dad came to Zimbabwe, met my mom, and they had me. Hi, I'm Diana, and my life is kind of crazy.
You're giving you are the UN, honestly.
It's one of those,
technically
man.
the UN. Yeah.
So that's the thing. So everyone in Zim, like all of my other cousins,
Yeah.
especially from my mom's side, when they would go to their villages or whatever, somehow, somewhere, I never went with them. It wasn't a thing of I didn't want to go, but I guess the opportunity never arose. I don't know what it is, but I have actually never been
to a village.
to a village.
Wow.
I only went, I think, in my second year of university,
Yeah.
when we went to Rundu, of which that was like village light. It's not even like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
village,
I hear you.
village.
So you've
yeah.
never cooked in the black pot outside with a fire and being burned by the sun? No, none of that? Never been chased by a cow or a horse? Or none
Never.
of that? Wow, wow.
Never.
Or ran
But-
after the chickens? Have you?
But I am going to go to the farm this December.
Yeah?
Yeah, so that's
Which
going
farm
to
are
be
you going to?
interesting. I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah,
during
okay.
the commercial
I
break.
hear
Yeah,
you.
but
Wink, wink.
no, not like that. No,
Wink, wink.
not
I
like
got
that.
you,
Not
girl.
like that. No, my people are on the other side of the world. So, yeah.
I see. No, but do go chase the chickens. It's an experience you have to have.
I'm gonna be that city girl that everyone is just gonna be like,
It's like, ooh, what is that?
oh my gosh, ew! And then I'm gonna milk the cows. I'm gonna milk them so hard.
But be like
and
this, be like this.
I'm like, oh my gosh, ew.
I actually have videos of me milking the cows. I need to share that with Smell the Coffee one of
You
these
do.
days.
It'd be nice to see.
And
that.
riding horses, yeah. I'm a farm girl. I love it. I love it.
You love it?
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully I love it too. But hey, who knows? Nevertheless, we'll now take a quick ad break and return with our top stories.
Taking care of children can be one of the busiest jobs in the world. That's why CrècheGuard is here to give you a little help along the way. Start the day with CrècheGuard's immune syrup to help build a strong immune system. CrècheGuard also offers other tasty supplements, such as omega-3 chews to support brain development. And for healthy little tummies, look for CrècheGuard's range of probiotics that come in drops, sprays, and delicious choc bars. Trust in CrècheGuard every day for healthy little bodies and developing minds.
Starting off our top stories, you will never believe who was accused of sexual assault. Jamie Foxx, yes, that's right, actor Jamie Foxx faces sexual assault and battery charges in a lawsuit filed on Monday with the New York State Supreme Court. The alleged incident occurred in 2015 at Catch NYC, a popular New York City restaurant, according to the complaint obtained by CNN. CNN has reached out to representatives for Foxx as well as the plaintiff's attorney. The plaintiff, identified as Jane Doe, claims in the suit that Foxx intentionally and without consent used force to offensively touch plaintiff's person, including groping her breasts and genitals. The complaint alleges Foxx seemed intoxicated at the time of the incident. As a result, the complaint states the woman suffered and continues to suffer physical and emotional injuries, anxiety, distress, embarrassment, and economic harm, and is seeking an unspecified amount. The plaintiff is also suing the restaurant's parent company, Catch Hospitality Group, and various related business entities as defendants for negligent hiring, training, and supervision. A representative for the company was not immediately available for comment. The lawsuit was filed under the New York's Adult Survivors Act, which went into effect in late November 2022 and allows adult survivors of sexual abuse to sue their abusers in New York, even if the statute of limitations on their claims has expired. The law has given adult survivors of sexual assault 1 year to file lawsuits against their perpetrators and is set to expire today.
Wow. I mean, you know, we did a very horrific story last week, Friday, P. Diddy and the Cassie situation, where she was, you know, accusing him of like really horrible acts of sexual violence and etc. But now this one again.
Yeah. It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, because even now, Cuba Gooding Jr. has also been accused. Someone is suing him as well. It's a whole bunch of things. Because I was like, wait, why are all of these cases popping up suddenly? And then I realized it's because of the act.
That's actually expiring.
Yes, it's
exactly.
it gives them until today to file these lawsuits. So now everyone is coming out with their cases. So we had an argument amongst friends because someone said, but why are these victims only coming out now? And it's one of those things of you can't put a timeline on someone's healing and someone's trauma. Because then again, you have to remember these people have to be out in public. They have to tell this story that is not easy. Imagine having to tell the whole world how you were taken advantage of and how you were violated. It's not easy. So I don't think people have the right to judge and be like, oh, but you know, everyone is just looking for money and whatever. Because then again, I would rather, because yes, I know sometimes it's messed up. We covered that story of that girl that claimed she was sexually assaulted by this one guy, only later on, after the guy committed suicide, for her to be like,
that was very dark.
I was just joking.
Yeah, that was very dark. A high school student, right, from South Africa. I remember that, yeah.
So it's one of those things whereby, yeah, as much as we will never actually know the full details of the story, and sometimes we don't know who to believe, I would rather find out that the person was lying instead of, like, imagine siding with Jamie Foxx and being like, you would never do that. And then later on it comes out that he actually did.
Yeah, rather than it being that she was lying.
She was just looking for money. It's kind of like, okay. Of course, when there's no serious, like, damage done. I don't know. It's a weird thing because, yeah, sure, you are ruining someone's brand.
It is. And also at the same, you know what I mean? Like, we have cases where some people are really just, you know, trying to get the bag or whatever, and they're lying. And that also jeopardizes the real victims, you know. People who have been in abusive relationships or who were just assaulted somewhere. That can't come out now because, you know, there's always that, is she telling the truth? Because now women are known for lying about this.
Exactly.
So it's I don't even know how to handle this.
Yeah.
You know, how should people who lie about, you know, being raped or etc. go to jail if it's found out that you were lying? Yes, I think there should be some consequence.
I think there definitely has to be some consequence. Because imagine in the case of this guy that committed suicide.
And then she got away scot-free.
And she got away scot-free. And this family lost a son. It hurt me because this guy was like, I would never do anything like that. And the fact that it's eating at me, because those are serious allegations to just throw out there. But then at the same time as well, we have to side with the person that claims they're the victim.
But yeah, that's why I'm saying maybe we should also, the moment it's a guy, he's immediately guilty. I know there's some really horrible people, and some people that are really on the get-go, I believe. Like, I can't,
There's some people that you just be like, yeah,
that's
makes
possible,
sense.
makes
It's possible,
sense,
yeah.
makes sense. Like, dude, I've seen you, and etc. And then there's some people where it's just like, wow, I will never believe. Well, now getting into our next story, it's a little bit on the light side of things. Now, a woman has admitted to shoplifting. This is a middle-class woman. Now, as food prices remain high, one woman has admitted to being a middle-class shoplifter and regularly walking out the supermarket with items they haven't paid for. Now, writing for The Independent, the anonymous shopper said that when she was younger, she never stole from the Woolworths Pick and Mix, but that things have changed in her 30s. She explained that only a few days ago, she swiped a pack of leeks alongside a large pot of Yea Valley Greek organic yogurt from a big name store. Now, the shopper went on to say that she is a nice middle-class woman with young children, but that while she isn't on the breadline, food is still very expensive. We are the very definition of the squeeze middle, she added. The mom wrote, I realized how easy it was when I downloaded an app from a leading supermarket where they trust you to do everything yourself. What is this magical thing? I thought. You can scan the items, bag them, and then just check yourself out. I didn't even consciously steal things at first. It was a genuine mistake in a haze of walking around the supermarket with two under twos. Now, the first time I realized I had done it, I was mortified and then a little bit excited, but I didn't stop myself from doing it again.
You know what this reminded me of? I think it's a clip from Modern Family.
Yeah.
Where the kid goes, I saw Jay steal something, and then I stole something. I like stealing. It makes my heart go fast.
Which kid was it? Which kid was it?
I think it was Gloria and...
oh, their little boy.
Yeah. It's like, I like stealing. It makes my heart go fast.
And you know what's funny about this story? Apparently this woman does, at some point she is caught, but then she blames her little kids, like, oh, they must have taken it by accident. I'm so sorry.
My gosh.
Like, and she's like, she's not going to stop. That's what she said. And she has justified it. She says, because she's stealing from these big supermarkets, she's allowed. She's not stealing from the person on the street. But you know what, this big supermarkets, I don't feel sorry for you guys. So she has justified it. And she also admitted it to her partner, who was like, what, you're stealing? And it's like, okay, I'll stop. And then obviously she continued.
It's like an episode of Family Guy when Lewis was stealing everything. Lewis was a shoplifter in Family Guy. And she's like, I like it. It makes my heart race.
Is it like a drug addiction?
Like
Because the way she's
adrenaline, like
yeah.
the adrenaline. Oh my goodness, am I going to get caught?
Yes.
Am I not? Like, have you ever stolen anything?
I did once, and I've never done it again. Like, I'm so scared of, I don't even know how people shoplift. Like, I'm such a scary kid. Like, like those pies that you order and then you whatever, and then you go pay somewhere else. Yeah. So we get the pies and then we eat them in the shop, and then
you just
and then we bought something, I think a cool drink or something, but I was just like, oh my word, I was so scared. But it was like those high school days, you know what I mean? But I'm never doing it again. I was so scared, and
it's one
of those things.
Have you done it? I don't think I have, unless it's things like stealing sweets at home, like when your mom tells you can't have sweets and then you steal one, and then she's like, I had 5 sweets. What happened to that?
What happened? Yeah, I also don't know.
I wonder what happened. Maybe did Tanya take? Did so and so take? I don't know. Maybe. And that time and it's like, oh no. But yeah. Anyway, moving over. Armies all over the world must be so heartbroken because BTS members RM, Jimin, V, and Jungkook enlist for South Korean military service. Yes, as much as it breaks my heart to read this, 4 more members of the South Korean boy band BTS are set to start their compulsory military service as the group's hiatus continues. This means all 7 members of BTS are now either serving in the South Korean military or in the process of enlisting. We would like to inform our fans that RM, Jimin, V, and Jungkook have initiated the military enlistment process. The band's music label Big Hit Music wrote in a statement, the artists are preparing to fulfill their military service duties. We will inform you of further updates in due course, it added. We ask you for your continued love and support for, RM, Jimin, V, and Jungkook until they complete their military service. and safely return. Our company will spare no effort in providing support for our artists, the statement continued. Military service is mandatory in South Korea, where almost all able-bodied men are required to serve in the military for 18 months by the time they're 28 years old. South Korea's parliament passed a bill in 2020 allowing pop stars, namely those who excel in popular culture and art, to defer their service until the age of 30. In October 2022, the label announced that members of the band would embark on military service, with Jin, the oldest member, the first to start the process.
Wow. Wow. I mean, like, I think I was asking you this before the show. I mean, these are guys that have put the country on the map.
Literally.
What if they die
Do
in
you know that
service?
they make up, I speak under correction, I think they make up 1% of the country's GDP. That's how big they are.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
They make up
I'm a whole
certain
sector
percentage.
on your
On your own.
Bruh.
On your own. Like, I'm just like,
I think they could have said, no, we're not doing this, pull the handbrake. Like, at that point, like, honestly.
it was a big debate because the government was kind of like, but
Do we really want them
to
Yes.
go? And then they sent out, I don't know if it was a petition, but they sent out like, they asked the public, should they enlist? And the public was like, yes, they should enlist.
We
If
don't
we
care.
all had to enlist.
We don't
they
care.
must enlist.
We don't care whether you're contributing to the GDP.
And we don't care.
They're serving the country in other ways.
But then the argument also was, how do you measure that? Because now it's not like when you perform at the Olympics, because stars, like sports stars that perform at the Olympics, they get an exemption.
Yes.
So people like Son Heung-min, the footballer, he was exempted from military service because he's played for Korea at the Olympics and represented
at that
the
level.
country at that level. So now people are arguing that, okay, but with BTS, it's music. How do you measure that?
Yes.
It's not like you have, like, yeah, sure, they won Billboard
Isn't
Awards and
BTS that
whatnot.
was invited to the White House
Yes.
at some point? I mean, are
They
they
have-
not putting the country on the map in
They have
other ways?
diplomatic passports. That's
I'm
how
just
big
like-
they are. I'm just like,
Honestly, like, didn't they have, like, you were telling me about all the things they have done ever since, I'm just like, I feel like these guys have achieved so much.
they have.
I would say they should get exempted. I
they
would
have.
say.
But hey, they are going, so
But
they
what if
are
something
going
happens
to.
to them? You know?
Then that's, it
Like,
is what it
if
is.
something happens to one of them? I'm
It
actually
is
really
what it
heartbroken.
is.
I'm very heart. You are smiling. I don't know
I'm
why.
not
I'm heartbroken.
I'm hurt. Because I'm like, wait.
What if something happens to them? They're fragile.
And
They're
you
just
know,
musicians. They're
Kim
artists.
Jong-un could literally wake up and be like, surprise.
Exactly.
But anyway, that brings us to the end of our top stories. Our hearts do go out to all armies out there. But fear not, 2025 is just around the corner. The boys will be back better than ever, so we will be looking forward to that. Now, after the break, Aina spoke to Bobby Kanyotha, and they are speaking about Katutra Fashion Week, which commences today and continues through until tomorrow. We'll be right back with that interview right after this.
Today we are talking all things looks, fits, swag, and everything in between. We are here joined by Bobby Kanyotha, who is a stylist, a pageant director, and so much more as we count down the Katutura Fashion Week. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. Let's talk about the core of, Katutura Fashion Week. Why was it established, and what would you then want it to be attributed to?
Well, the Katutura Fashion Week was initially the brainchild of Dennis Hendricks, a former international model. He just wanted to sort of create a space for Namibians to sort of showcase their work, be it fashion designers, be it the models, be it anybody who's sort of involved in it, to just show their talents and stuff like that, but with mostly a focus on amateur work, focusing on the rural places, like being able to give someone from Havana an opportunity to showcase either it's beads that they do, be it little garments that they stitch. You know, when you walk in places like Havana or Greenwell or whatever, you see little shops and little places where there's this lady that just stitches or whatever. So it was mainly created for that kind of market, those kind of people. So we basically focus mainly on bringing a much smaller scale sort of designers and models into like an international much more international exposure.
All right, and then what can we expect at this year's Katutura Fashion Week, particularly how many people are showcasing, when is it happening, where is it happening, and just like overall feel and ambience, what can we expect?
Well, this is our 5th year, right? So we literally obviously are doing it bigger and better this year.
Yeah.
What you guys can expect this year is that we have collaborated with many designers, especially we have a much more bigger number of international designers this year, coming from countries like Nigeria, countries like Angola. We have designers coming in from Lesotho, and also international models who are coming in, like I said, from Angola and Lesotho in particular. What also we can expect, we have collaborated, or rather we have a big, not really, I was saying international, we have a major designer or creative that will be showcasing. We'll be having Boma, the athlete, Christine Boma's collection on our runway for the first time this year. So with this, a lot of going along, so expect a lot of playfulness, expect a lot of creativity, expect a lot of talent. I just expect a much more bigger show than what we gave you last year. And the show is still happening at the FNCC, and that's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, which will be our day 1, and then day 2 will be on Saturday. The show will be starting at 7. We have 2 slots each day, where we'll be incorporating students from the College of the Arts, first year and second year. And also, like I said, international designers and in local designers who are quite bigger names. In terms of the local designers that we have Tandiwear, we have Shua. Those are also, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Shua is a jewelry designer, so you can come and experience the Namibian, talent and creativity.
All right, and then with hosting events of this magnitude, is inevitable that there will be challenges and obstacles. What are some of those obstacles that you have faced, and then how did you overcome them?
Yeah, like you said, with every event there is, obstacles that come, but obviously it's the whole being able to manage people. It's things like timing, because designers, designers are their own people. But how we overcome it is you obviously create a sort of a process that you give people a structure instead of what they have to do, which obviously that has been working for us. And we have been doing fittings all week. We started on Saturday. So we've been doing basically fittings and choreography and everything in terms of that. So it has been going quite well. And I think the other bigger challenge that obviously platforms like this face is the lack of funding, the lack of support from, be it corporates, be it, individuals, or just be it the public in general. But obviously we are proud also to announce that, or rather to say a gratitude to the National Arts Council, who also came on board as our financial sponsor. So yeah, we're doing quite well. We're looking obviously to have more people come on board, as we are trying to have this fashion week go on at least for like a few more years. We want to look back 10 years from now and be able to say we were able to put Namibian talents out there, be it just models or be it the designers or whatever, because we want to create platforms for people to be able to sell their items. And also part of our fashion week, we have a talk which will be happening, I think, on Sunday or next week. It will be happening, so I don't have the calendar now. But then the talk is just to kind of engage conversations around the future of fashion, around the future of the industry itself. So you guys are invited to that. For that, you can just check our social media for dates and times and also the venue.
All right, now coming from a stylist and a styling background, what are your fashion no-nos? Like, you cannot wear that, you can't pay this and that, you can't do that. It's an absolute fashion crime.
I'm not sure I don't know what those shoes are called. It's like they have them in the price. They're like so bulky. I don't know, it's platforms. Those pink platforms that have been...
the Barbie platform.
Those are fashion. For me, those are really, I mean, correctly styled, they might be something, but I personally, for a person who also like my pair of heels and my block heels or whatever, nah, that's definitely a fashion no-no for me. And also I would say possibly we were stepping into a more warmer energy, a much more warmer. So I'm also like those jersey crop tops. Like, why are you in a jersey and a crop top? Can't you choose either?
Okay.
Yeah, so I think those are for now my really fashion no-nos. Yeah.
All right. Why would you encourage, rather let me rephrase, why is it important for people to join Katutura Fashion Week or to partake or to support? Why should everyone come on board?
As in terms of the sponsors, or is in terms of the people
in terms of those that are showcasing?
All right. Like I said, it's just basically it's to give a platform, because we basically when you speak of fashion weeks, generally I think all over the world is to give the people, the talents, the platform to be able to have their work seen. So it's basically just to say, you know what, we are opening a door for you. It's just for you to walk right through in.
Yeah.
Bring your talent, bring your creativity, bring your projects, and we will help you put it, you know, create a sense of where people can see it.
Yeah.
And also we have we call it what do you call it? You know, where people, we have a space where people, like after the fashion show, we have a space where the designers, or rather the people who do jewelry, are able to come in, like sort of sell something
Or
after the
sell
show.
the things
so
after
yeah,
the show.
you still get to, you know, showcase and can make money of that. So we also have a system whereby if possibly someone is watching or sitting in the auditorium and sees a design they like, there's also a space where we link the designer to that particular client, so that you're able to either sell your product or be able to, you know, possibly get a clientele. So it's very important that you join, because the platform is there. We just create that space for you. So if you are an entrepreneur, you want to sell your stuff, or you want to sell your products, you can. That's why we say we would encourage you to come and join. Also, just maybe to get exposure at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And lastly, where can people get the tickets? Where are they available?
Well, the tickets are currently on web tickets, but also we as the team are selling tickets. So you can just you just go to our Instagram, our contact details are there, and just call for the tickets. The tickets are VIP is 250, and then general is 100, and we have also a space where the kiddies can be able to come and watch, and that's $50.
All right, Bobby, thank you very much for joining us on Smell the Coffee. We hope that the Katutura Fashion Week materializes into this huge success for its 5th edition.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We will be right back with more Smell the Coffee.
The problem is when Glenora and I meet, the conversations, the talking doesn't stop.
Yes.
So unfortunately, we had to cut that interview short, but you can catch the full version at 4 p.m. It will be posted on all of Namibia Media Holdings Facebook pages. But that is all the time we have for you today on Smell the Coffee. We thank you very much for joining us today. Now we are about to go get our weekend on, because yes, our weekend officially starts.
And we're also going to be rocking up at the Katutura Fashion Week.
You know?
So, you're
Like I
going to
said,
be seeing us in the streets, in the papers. Yeah.
like I said, our weekend officially starts now. Sorry to all of y'all that are still at work, but it is all love. Speaking of, from Diana Master and Glenora Shapura, it's all our love, all our light, and
Adios.